Ariel Helwani at UFC 113 in Montreal with Paul Daley, who faces Josh Koscheck this Saturday night live on pay-per-view. Paul, good to see you again. Here's my question. How did you cross customs with explosives in your hands? Did they give you any problems?
That was risky. Don't even talk about the flight over. We had, I think, what did the pilot read? Pilot said, what did he say? We've got one engine down and we're trying to start the other engine, but we'll be taking off in 5 minutes. And we all looked at each other on the flight. It was like, what the f***? But yeah, past customs all right.
All right, okay, so let's talk about this fight. Obviously a huge deal for you. Dana White has said, or it's been insinuated, that the winner of this fight might be facing GSP. Has anyone actually told you that in the UFC that the title shot is on the line on Saturday night?
No, I've heard nothing. For me, it's just another fight. Like I said, I've heard nothing. I know there's the Ultimate Fight rumors as well. There's the GSP rumors. For me, it's just a holiday and a few weeks of getting drunk after this fight. I don't know.
Just a holiday?
Yeah. After this fight, it's just a holiday and a few weeks of getting drunk. I don't know if it's going to be in Vegas filming for the Ultimate Fighter or whatever. I don't know.
So they haven't talked to you about Tough yet?
I know nothing. Nothing.
All right, so what do you think about, I want to know seriously now. I mean, we've heard the trash talk and everything, but do you like Josh Koscheck? I mean, as a guy, as a fighter, you have respect for him?
I don't know Josh Koscheck, so he's a non-entity for me. I don't really give two about him as a person. As a fighter, he's good, and I respect him. I respect all the fighters that fight for any organization, from the small shows all the way up to the UFC. And that's it, yeah.
At first he said that he was going to stand and trade with you. He wanted to knock you out. Then he said that he was going to out-wrestle you. So what do you expect to see from him on Saturday?
His eyes down on the canvas, face down, ass up. You know, you've seen the countdown. I think he's trying to play mind games, to be honest with you, by saying he's going to stand and then he's going to wrestle. I think he thinks that worries me, that I know he can wrestle. I know he likes to stand a bit, but I'm prepared for everything. I think he's being a little naive to think that I'm not, and I'm just going in there just to stand, and I'm forgetting about the rest of MMA. So he can say what he wants. He's gonna do in there. It doesn't really matter.
Speaking of mind games, you've had some good lines leading up to this fight. The Fraggle one in particular seems to have really been popular. Do you think you have gotten into his mind?
I think he's a little irritated, you know, a little humiliated. The fact that he tried to come back with some bracing and that's sort of been ignored, and then you've got this thread on the internet with over 90,000 views or whatever. It's probably a little humiliating to see him and T. Ortiz kissing on some of these photoshops and like that. So, yeah, I'm probably in his head.
Let's give respect where respect is due. The underground, you put a thread there for people to put Photoshop, images.
With different hairstyles. Yes. And that just took off.
Is there a winner though?
There isn't a winner. There's a short list. And it's difficult, really is. I went on Monday and thought, okay, I'm gonna announce the winner now, because this is just going out of control. I mean, the thread was still getting different photoshops on there of Koscheck, so I was trying to put an end to it, but there's too many. I had to reach out to the fans and say, look, we need to narrow this down to at least 10. Give me just 10 good ones, and I'll pick something from that. So,
do you mind if I throw in my 2 cents? I like the one of the painter. I don't know what his name is, but you know the painter?
That is a good one. I do like that one. I think that's in most people's top 10, so we'll see what happens when I get time to jump on the computer again.
Okay, finally, when you made your UFC debut, you're supposed to make it in September. You were going to fight on the undercard. Then Mike Swick gets injured. You face Campman, you knock him out, and then things start to snowball. Did you ever think that in less than a year, you'd be here, co-main event of a major UFC pay-per-view, about to potentially fight for a UFC title?
I didn't, to be honest with you. I thought I'd have to fight a few more fights on the undercard. I was prepared to do that, and I still am. I'm not in a rush to get to the title. It would be an option probably after this fight. And, who knows, I may not take it, even as big as an opportunity it is. You never know, I may say no,
Why would you say no?
Because I don't want to, as much as I am confident, I don't want to go in there with niggly things in the back of my head. I'd rather be 100% confident, 100% focused, know that everything in my personal life and in training is 100%, a good structure to my training. That everything's working how it should be to prepare for such a huge test. Because once you fall from the top of the mountain, it's hard to get back up. So,
if you don't mind me asking, are you entering this fight with a clear mind?
Yeah, of course, man. just victory. That's what we do. Once we're here, it's just victory for us, man. It's destined for us to win.
And considering what happened in Newark a couple months ago, is there some sort of, not really revenge, because Dan did not lose to Koscheck, but for the team to get back on track? Is that in the back of your mind as well?
Of course, I like to represent my team. I like for us to win. We had some wins on a few shows back with Dre and Ross Pearson. So we've had wins since the damn fight, and I'm going to continue that on Saturday.
All right, Paul. Well, we appreciate it, and we wish you the best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.